Hey golfers, Craig with Single Length School, and in this video, if you're looking for tips, if you're looking for tricks, this isn't the video for you. I'm actually going to go off on a little bit of a tangent here, and we're going to talk about Bryson and why Bryson is using 5-year-old irons, or at least why I think so. So let's jump in. All right, so if you're new to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button down below, hit the notifications bell right beside it, or at any point during this video, click on my logo in the bottom right corner, and you can subscribe right there as well. Also, do me a favor, go check out my social media channels. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and check out the website, singlelengthschool.com. There's a contact page if you want to send me an email. So there was an interesting email I got the other day that really got me thinking about something. And I want to say thank you to David for sending it, but he's not the only one who's sent this email. And it's in regards to Cobra One Length irons versus the Pinhawks, the Edels, the Wishons, all the other single length iron makers out there. And the question, simply put, is why does Cobra change the lie angles and the offset when all of the other companies don't? And it's a great question. And I've covered it in some of the other videos. If you jump back to the Rad Speed video from the PGA show, which I'll actually put a little teaser right here, you can check that out. I talk about it there. I also talk about it a little bit in my review of the Edel single length irons, which you can also find on the channel as well. But it got me thinking, why is Bryson still playing the original Cobra Forged Tech One Lengths, the very first set of forged they built? So a little backstory on this is when Cobra originally released the first iterations of the one length irons, the F7s and the Cobra Forged Techs, which are the ones Bryson is playing, the lie angles, the offset, everything was pretty much the same and very similar to what all of the other companies are doing. The Edels, the Pinhawks, the Wishons, the Pine Meadows, the Giga Golfs, all of those guys. Everybody has the same lie angle across all their irons and the same offset. And those first iterations, Cobra did the same as well. Then with the F8s, we saw a little change, not a major change, but a little change with what Cobra was doing with the lie angles and the offsets. So that covered the F8s and the Forged Tech Blacks, which are the irons I previously played before I got fitted and am now in the Edel single length sets. And then as we got into the F9s and the Speed Zones and now the Rad Speeds, the lie angle and the offset is something we're starting to really see Cobra adjust. And the question is why? And this leads to the answer why I believe that Bryson is playing the original Forged Techs. So the new Forged Tech irons and the new Rad Speeds and the Speed Zones, all of their one length iterations from the F9 on, they've really gone through and adjusted lie angles for all the clubs. And they've adjusted the offset for all of the clubs. And so, as I said, in that Rad Speed review where I talked to Tom from Cobra at the PGA show, his reasoning for doing it was what they're doing is they're taking golfers down in Florida, out in California, they're taking them off the course into a training area. And these guys are all variable length iron players. They're handing them a set of single length or one length, and they're reviewing the information from the Arcos data that's built into the grips. What they're seeing is people are still swinging and overswinging your long irons, your 4-iron, your 3-iron, your 5-iron. They're underswinging the wedges, so your pitching wedge, your gap wedge, your sand wedge. People are going easier on those. The idea of single length or one length irons is the same setup, the same swing across all of your irons. Well, when you start to adjust and overcompensate for what you feel is a shorter 4 or 5 iron, you swing it harder and it throws the lie angle off. Same thing with your wedges. If you're not swinging them the same as your 7 or 8 iron, the lie angle's off. So that brings me the whole way back around to the single point of why Bryson is using irons that are 5 years old. Cobra's built all this technology in the last 5 years. They had the Forged Tech Black. They have the new Forged Techs. They have the Rad Speeds. They have all these different irons. And yet, Bryson Dechambeau, the most famous single length or one length iron player in the world, is still using the original Forged Tech irons. Why? Here it is, guys. Because the lie angles and the offset are the same across the irons. Bryson has been playing single length irons for so long, his swing is truly the same across all of his irons, from his 4-iron through his wedges. That's what he grew up on. He won the US Amateur and the NCAAs playing a set of Edel Irons, the same ones I have in my bag now, where the lie angles, the offset, everything's the same. Those first Cobra iron heads, those forged one lengths that they originally came out with, that's what Bryson has. He's not going to change to a set that has different lie angles and different offset. Now again, this is my opinion, but I'm willing to bet that if Bryson were to shoot me an email, he would confirm that. Because me, myself, being a single length guy so long, I truly use the same swing across all of my irons. And with the Forged Tech Black, the offsets and the lie angles were throwing me off. Now, don't get me wrong. Cobra makes a hell of a product. They're good quality. There's a lot of money in research and development. And I get all of that. But for you guys that are truly in the single length concept, understand that the idea is the exact same swing across all of your irons. You set them up the same, you swing at the same speed, the same backswing, everything. I'm willing to bet you'd find the same thing that I found with my Cobras, is that I actually had different ball flights when I shouldn't have, because the lie angles and the offsets. So my wedges would turn left more than my mid irons, and my mid irons would turn more left than my long irons. Now that I've switched over to the Edels and I have the same lie angle, the same offset across all of my irons, my ball moves exactly the same amount of distance, whether it's a 4-iron or my 58-degree wedge. It doesn't matter. They all have a nice little 6 to 10 yard draw. In my Cobra Forged Tech Blacks, my wedges were more of a 15-yard draw, and my 4-irons, they were more of a 3-yard draw if there was any draw at all. So for you guys that are truly absorbing and going the idea and following the practices of what single length irons truly mean, then maybe Cobra is not the brand for you. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. Cobra's done a great job of getting guys to convert to single length irons. The problem with guys is maybe you go from Cobra to a Pinhawk or an Edel, something like that. And now all of a sudden your ball flight's a lot different. Why? Well, because when you came and you started with Cobra, those lie angles and the offsets were affecting your ball flight, and you learned to adjust. So in fact, you probably are swinging your 4 or 5 irons harder than your 7 and 8s. And your 7 and 8, you're swinging harder than your wedges. And that makes a huge difference in the world of single length. Now, if you're having great success with your Cobras, stay with them. I'm not bashing Cobra by any means, but I'm giving you guys an inside look at why I think Bryson Dechambeau is playing irons that are 5 years old. Let's face it, the technology is better in the new stuff. We all know it's true. But when it comes down to it, Bryson truly has the single length concept down to a T. He's going to take the exact same swing on every iron, unless he's really trying to go after it. But I'm willing to bet if you watch Bryson on the range, you're not going to be able to tell what iron's in his hand, because he's swinging them the same and doing everything exactly the way that a single length iron player should be. And that's why Bryson's still playing the original Cobra Forged Tech from 5 years ago, and he's not in the new Cobra Forged One Lengths, because the lie angles are different, the offset's different, and it's not optimal for his game because he is a true single length guy. So I hope this helps you guys understand, gives you guys a little bit of insight into the makeup of single length irons or one length irons, and helps you guys understand that there truly is a reason why guys like Pinhawk, Edel, Wishawn, One Iron Golf, they've been at it for a long time and been successful, and why their numbers on their club setups are different than Cobra's. Relatively speaking, Cobra is still a new guy in the single length world, and they're trying to optimize it to reach a broader mass market. For those guys that truly want to adapt the single length concept of same swing, same setup, then Cobra might not be the right ones for you. But like I said, if you're finding success with Cobra, which I did find, listen, I found success with Cobra. I got better with Cobra. But there were little issues I was noticing. The Edels took care of that for me. And I'm willing, as I said, willing to bet. And listen, I'd love for Bryson to reach out to me and give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Bryson, you can shoot me an email, singlelengthschool@gmail.com. You can leave a thumbs up down below in the comments under a pseudonym. I don't care what it is. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, Bryson, if you watch this, and let me know if that is in fact the case. And for the rest of you, I hope this lends some insight. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the notifications bell right beside it so you know when we release new videos, new tips, and new tricks. As you can see, we're finally getting some decent weather here in Western PA. I'll be bringing you guys some on-course stuff here very, very shortly. And don't forget the social media channels. Go give me a follow. Shoot me a DM if you guys have any questions. Leave a comment down below if you guys, excuse me, if you guys have any questions, or shoot me an email, singlelengthschool@gmail.com. But that's it for today. I hope this gives you guys something to think about over the weekend or over the next couple days after you watch this video. And until the next time, I'll see you guys in the fairways.